we'll talk about some mining stocks. Rare earths and critical minerals and the gold, everything. As many I can remember. So, first things first, this excellent. Even if you crushed everything on Friday, this, if you're invested in rare earth, like I am, people, we're going to be okay. Mining in general. It's not just rare earth, people. But this, the Pentagon has moved to acquire up to $1 billion worth of critical minerals as part of an accelerated stockpiling drive aimed at reducing U.S. dependence on China. People, now is truly the time. Directed by the Department of Defense, Department of War, to expand its national stockpile after Beijing tightened export controls. Remember, on Friday, Beijing said, Daddy Xi, he said, you guys can't use it for your weapons of mass destruction. And we were like, preposterous. They're definitely looking for more, and they're doing it in a deliberate and expansive way. Now, people, what are they looking for? Wait a minute. We wanted to go back to that other one, because this is a tricky one. Okay, Ambler Road, people. That's our Alaska mine. That's our TMQ. Oh, my God. And I got in good on TMQ. Hedged my knock with my TMQ, even though now my knock is just an ignorant amount more than the TMQ. I don't know. I think 5,000 shares of these mining stocks. A couple of them that do the pop, and we could be set, people. Fucking set. What the hell? It's crazy. It's a damn... Wait, let's see. Ambler Road. It's still not a sure thing. Okay. Litigation, financing, skepticism. That doesn't matter once the government invests the money in it. Dude, I don't think... I highly doubt that. Surprise skeptics of the proposed Ambler Road. Okay, see, this is NOC's issue. This was a road that had some snafus. But now, no more. Barely. Still a couple. Sniffles. Not snafus. Sniffles. Whatever. His decision aims to reverse Biden administration Donald Burrow's mining road by invoking an obscure provision in a 40-year-old law, a legal mechanism observers say has never been used before. But critics of the product note that the substantial obstacles still stand in the way. Pending lawsuits over permits. Schmawshoots. He arrested Coney. Coney got indicted. My dad was shocked by that, and it takes a lot to shock my dad. And he said, this is it's unprecedented, all of it. So I don't think, if you can get people arrested, I don't think this is going to be, because the governor of Alaska likes it. Bridget Parsons, an attorney with Trustees for Alaska, a conservation-oriented law firm that's disputing the road's environmental approvals in an ongoing court case. There is still a lot of fight left in the issue. Sure there is. I think Doug Burgum, he's going to come through. We'll get it done in less than a year, Trump added. Dude, I'm telling you, people, if they can do that, he can do NOC. And let's look at that one. We have TMQ. There's their pop. And I kept telling you guys, I think this road. He already said, there was an article out a while ago about the road. See, this is what happened with NOC. We all should have sold out here. And our asses could have bought right back in. Because this is when the EPA said, never mind, the vetoes hold. But now, the battle's still going on. It's hardly a battle. Because if TMQ gets a road, NOC, I'm sure, well, we'll see. See, they're far away, though. So, totally different places. I mean, that's their pebble, I think. I don't know. And then this would be, what does it say? Location. That one. Oh, there's someone talking about the road. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is this. And you know what else? Okay, so that's NOC. And wait, what does NOC and our TMQ have? Technically, they are not a rare earth, because your rare earth is these 17. The scandium, yttrium, I don't even know what we're going to say. Ooh, wait a minute. I did this chart for comparing MP, USAR, and NB. But wait, I want to go down to our one about TMQ. This would be their gold reserve. People, when we ask, NOC, billions of pounds of copper. Copper is a critical mineral, okay? They need it for all these things and the AI revolution. It makes electricity. The data centers need it. Gold, big deal. That's definitely billions of pounds of molybdenum. Rhenium, that's the one that China doesn't have a lot of. So that is a huge bargaining, people. Huge bargaining. And then this is all the ones for Trilogy. Trilogy is going to have the cobalt. But let's go into our ocean miners now, because we also have TMC. Okay, now TMC, and that's this the rightest way, people. I never asked any of you to fucking follow me. I never asked any of you to fucking, I never tried to charge nobody money. I never even asked you like your shit. So guess what? Sometimes my shit might not be the most fucking accurate, okay? But for the most part, I think it's on par. So TMC, the cobalt polymetallic nodules, they're in the Clarion-Clipperton zone, okay? The CCZ. And they have multiple rights, exploration rights for this one. And the Cook Islands is going to be, wait a minute, the nodules, we know that. And I think the company has applied for the U.S. government commercial recovery permits. That is the big deal because the United States could actually invest in TMC. That could be possible here, people. I definitely think so. And TMC, damn, I didn't even realize Gerard is doing it this much. Holy shit. That is excellent. And then you also have OMEX. So now OMEX is going to have the Cook Islands, but the Cook Islands is going to be so tricky because China also wants the Cook Islands now here. See? So this one, OMEX, is actively involved in the Cook Islands. The company has an interest and provides services, both of which hold licensed exploration programs with the Cook Islands EEZ. OML with OMEX has the option to increase its ownership stake, holds exclusive rights to apply for exploration license in a specific reserve area of Cook Islands. The Cook Islands polymetallic nodes are particularly rich in cobalt. OMEX has publicly applauded the cooperation agreement. Okay. OMEX primary focus seabed mining. The company also is mentioning developing additional projects. See, OMEX could do something, and I really thought that OMEX was probably the shittiest one, but now I don't think that anymore. I think they could pull something out. I think they could get that. We're looking for companies that might get this $1 billion investment. And OMEX also has a lot of stuff, tools, like even more than tools, like whole infrastructure and the technology. So we have TMC, primary in the international waters of the Pacific's Clarion-Clipperton zone. Clarion-Clipperton zone, people. You have to remember that. Clarion-Clipperton zone, though, has more shit, has more nodules than what OMEX has the rights to. So OMEX rights are smaller than TMC's rights. That is the big to-do there, we could say. Wait a minute. We do have, this is going back from August, that the United States has entered discussions with Cook Islands, an autonomous territory and free association with New Zealand, to collaborate on seabed mineral exploration. That could be very big for OMEX and TMC. See, if something ends up, if they do a collaboration, signed an agreement, executive order to fast-track deep-sea mining license, framing as a new gold rush aimed at countering China's growing maritime influence. The order marked a shift in the United States' traditional deference to the UN Convention of the Law of the Sea, whatever. That has been, they haven't been done anything with that. Earlier this year, the Cook Islands entered a 5-year strategic partnership with China. China. That includes cooperation on seabed mining, education, infrastructure, fisheries, and disaster response. The decision was made without consulting New Zealand. Ooh, that might not be, I don't know. Prompting Wellington to suspend millions in finance support in June over concerns about a breach of their shared responsibility. Meanwhile, the metals company, Gerard, a U.S. subsidiary of a Canadian firm, submitted the first ever application to mine the seabed under the existing U.S. law shortly after the executive order was issued. Supporters argued that seabed mining has a smaller environmental footprint than land-based extraction. See, critics say risk hardly known. Well, okay, once they start doing it, they can, mitigate those risks. That's what they do. All right, now we'll go back into all of these. There's so many of these over-the-counter ones. Now we have PM. We have Australia PM, Albanese is coming. Ideally, U.S. develops coordinated strategy with Australia and other partners to plug gaps in the global mineral supply chain. So we have Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. Greater access to Australia critical minerals might seem like a natural next step for Donald, who's riding high on this Middle East peace deal and digesting China's strictest rare earth exports to date. After all, China's been buying mines in Africa and South America for decades, narrowing the U.S. investments options. Australia is a friendly country with world-leading mining expertise, but logical as an Australian-U.S. minerals compact may seem, the Prime Minister has the work cut out for him. Resource nationalists who believe the U.S. should go it alone and create an end-to-end critical mineral supply chain, and economic rationalists who think the U.S. needs to leverage allied supply chains to plug specific gaps. Then, first camp focus, U.S. expanding domestic mining, processing, and stocking capabilities. Now see, here's what you guys, what does Australia have to do with, why does Albanese need to do this? Well, Australia owns the mines in America. I don't even know how that happens. I don't know. But, and I might also say, we have Lithium Americas and NP Materials. Let us not forget our lithium, LEC. This is an oil one, and natural gas, and I think they could actually get something maybe. I don't know, because the sea exploration is something. It really is. But that one's not technically minerals, but it could be doing something with that. There. And then we could say LAC. That's another one. And this is a Canadian one. That's our Thatcher Pass. That was Trump's investment. Look at what the investment can do. We saw it with TMQ. We see it with LAC. MP has just been steadily rising, like I've been saying. But that one, we have it at 80 cents. Or $80. And just, they're going to continue. But the trick with that one... Oh, well, I'll just get back into the American ones. We'll go back to the Australian ones. MP, dominated by LREs. Then you have the USAR, okay, and the NB. Those are Texas companies. And then Round Top, that's the Texas USAR. But remember, the USAR, if MP is only in California, the 1 mile, that can be a bit risky, are only producing domestic, okay? So USAR also doing it with TMRC. TMRC also has a stake. These people, these mines are just at super heights, and we don't even know because they're gonna say it'll take 2 to 3 years to get these going. So, and no revenue for 2 to 3 years, and they're just gonna keep rising like this. I mean, you might as well just call them Oklahoma. But we'll see how that goes, because you have NB. And then now, when we look at this one, NB also rising. So, if we were to say, contains all REs. So see, NB is a very, very strong one. And I definitely think that one could do us something nice. And see, this would be the chart. So you have all the elements, and it does look as though that NB, our NioCorp Elk Creek, no one has this because it's radioactive. I saw that. And then we're going to have Trace. MP is looking at, well, see, they've been producing now, you could say, since 2018. So MP, its time will fade. When they have all these other ones, that is the power of NB and USAR. People, I really think NB, because USAR has to go down at some point. Or you could also always, if you wanted the round top exposure, these guys, littler, but they've been all the way up there before. That would have been, I don't even know how I don't know. I wasn't following them back then, obviously. But I wish they can't buy these on public. They're saying they're over the counter, but they do not have, actually, do they? I think they might have a commission then. That's annoying. But TMRC is involved with the round top. 20%. And then USAR's 80%. And then the joint venture to develop and commercialize the round top deposit. So, but even if they're going 2080, even then, and you're considering the future revenue, that's not a 2080. I don't know what it would be, but $2 compared to 34. But yeah, that is still 2080. Yeah, I don't know, but that's another play. We got another one, the Ramaco. You're gonna have entered a rare earth mineral market with its Brook mine in Wyoming. Initially a metallurgical coal company. Clean coal, people, clean as a whistle. The Brook mine in Wyoming is the first new rare earth mine to open in the U.S. in more than 70 years. The federal and independent researchers have called the carbon ore at the site world-class deposit of essential elements. Estimated at $37 billion. My God, people. Many of the REs found in the mine are critical for national security. Well, duh. Ramaco plans to construct a pilot processing oxide facility. Now that's even the biggest part, you could even say. I mean, well, both the mines, access to mines, the mineral rights, and then you're going to say the processing, because they can't do anything without it. So the processing is big. And then if we were to look at METC, man, oh man, people, oh man, I didn't really, yeah, okay. Well, that's going to be METC. Holy farts. Now, the trick with METC versus METCB. You have METC, Class A common stock, METCB, Class B common stock, and METCB is going to be economic performance of the core assets, including coal infrastructure and the rare earth elements. You technically are not exposed to the rare earth elements with the METC, but I don't really think people know that or care because it's the same. Well, not exactly, because then when you go to METCB, people, it's cheaper and still in a rise for sure. But if you go, METCB has a 2% dividend. So METCB is the choice that I went into in my stupid IRA. That's supposed to be a Roth, and it's not. But anyway, so those are your theirs. And METC I don't believe that one has one. Let me see here. No dividend on METC. So that is an interesting little footnote. And if I personally was going to say what I thought was going to be the best out of these, I mean, the growth potential, you do NB is nice, and there's still room to grow. I am very happy because then I found out that I had my family member. I am constantly regretting the fact I didn't get the ounce for my family member, but I did tell him to go into that NB, and I might be taking control of that account shortly, and then I can make videos with it, and that one has more money, so we can have fun with it. All right, and then let's see what else we're doing. We'll go back to our Australian stuff here, and I was going to show you Johnny Walker had an excellent post. That's actually why I said I was going to do this one. This is an interesting R-Smith. What do we say for R-Smith? R-Smith stack. We could say. I don't know. An R-Smith, keep in mind, he might be posting about an Australian one. I don't know. And that would mean it would have a stupid $50 dividend or $50 commission. Wow. That really, 22 cents, October 2nd. So people, these rare earths, I mean, I went into DTREF. I didn't even care anymore about the stupid $50 commission because I just think these are going to be... They're going to be plays, people. They're going to be plays. All right, here's where the DTRF. That's our Australian one. And the Coliseum. They had written, there's a, they put out a report, the Congress. It's going to be our California one, Dateline Resources. So depending where you are, your ticker symbol might be different. Rare earth and gold potential. Proven gold reserve 1.1 million ounces and has potential. The U.S. government boost domestic mineral production. Challenges. Operates within the Mojave National Preserve. That's a tricky one. Well, and you could say, sometimes people might say, okay, why am I going to go on a stock, a penny over the counter stock that has, like, for the past 5 years? Well, because now would be the time. They've been sitting on this property. And now it looks as though the preserve's going to, the preserve will be fun, I'm sure. Oh my God, then we gotta get into this antimony, because in UAMI, that is definitely one of my favorites here, people. UAMI has popped, and UAMI is the only domestic producing one, so that's crazy. But not technically for long. Wait, because you have, is PPT close to antimony production? PPTs are another one. They had found it. Is working toward antimony production and received final federal permits, positioning the company as a potential domestic source of the critical mineral. The company's stibnite gold in Idaho is designed to produce both gold and antimony with potential beginning in 2028. That's that. So we also have, so you have UME. I think UME has a potential to go up more, people. I'm saying, I don't think UME's done. Is MP, I mean, I don't even know what MP could get to. I'd be uncomfortable going into NP at that height just because, but I don't even know. Eventually MP might just offer a dividend, and then that would be really cool. And then, I mean, then they become a dividend miner, and everybody loves a dividend miner. So this would be our perpetual one. Oh my God. And then these fucks, they've been doing it. Damn it. And they had the BlackRock investment. I had posted about them, and I had to calls for them, which were well, so I didn't mind that. But actually, no, I think the calls were bad. That's HL is one with the successful calls. So you have Yami, you have PPTA, but let us not forget a teensy guy, a teensy one. We have Millif, and Millif is an over-the-counter, 33 cents. Oh my gosh, and not even popped at all. I would say not at all, because we have historic mine with 45% antimony military metals launches critical minerals hunt. A critical minerals hunt. They're still hunting, so that is not a definite there. But I'm following this little guy closely because I got nice gains off UME, and now we on to the next one, people. Jeez, I think it's gonna. Well, this is all about the last chance property has historical significance, having produced antimony during World War I through 1950s. Dude, they haven't even said how much is there, so that is just potential. They're saying. I might disagree, but this one is Canadian one. But A wholly owned last chance on my property located 18 million West Cross in South Central. The survey is scheduled to begin on around September 29th. Okay, well, we should be hearing back from that. So that's exciting. All right, I'll just show you guys this one. Okay, I don't care. I put 5,000 in here. No, wait, this one. Oh, wait, this is total one. Oh, wait, this is the individual one. Okay, wait, here we go. So if I have all the odds, okay, and then the BTQ is nice, but wait, I want to find SAGMF up 48%. Okay, I have 700 shares of SAGMF. Wait, I want to see how much MILIF I have. I'm down on MILIF in this one. I have 270 shares of MILIF. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to write my notes here, and I'm going to sell something. I might sell it a comp. I don't give a fuck about comp. Or I might sell what's left of that stupid Oklo. It's on it. I had a decent amount of Oklo in here, and then I don't know, for a $5,000 account. And then I've been selling it out. So I could sell the rest of the Oklo. People make me nervous when they call Oklo Enron. I don't know. This one kind of sucks. I was going to see what they do, and they don't do anything. I might have made a mistake on this, or I don't know what I did. Why would I buy 20 shares of it over the counter? I'm an idiot in this account. This guy, AAUAF, that's been doing nice. SAGMF does nice. And then PNPF is one I definitely want to mark down for stuff. All right, people, you got the PNPF, and they aren't playing. They really aren't. Holds 100% ownership of lamp packaging cobalt covering nickel, copper, PGE, cobalt, RE. Now, people on X are going to give PNPF a bad reputation because they're like, oh, they were doing this, they were doing that. But people, you have to understand that all these mining companies have had a really hard time because they weren't allowed to mine. So it's sitting on their business, and it hasn't, and they were like, oh, no, you can't, you gotta wait. So of course, I feel like I give these miners companies some grains of salt here because they were not allowed to do what they went into business to do. So of course, they did reverse splits, they did this, they diluted things because they just wanted to stay open, I'm assuming. I don't know, maybe I'm being, I don't know. 2028 or later. That project is advanced exploration with ongoing drilling campaigns. People, that little PNPF. And simply because I'm looking at my own stuff and I'm saying that it does okay here. So, I don't know, people. I might say I add the PNPF. The HCTI is trash. Then it reverse split and lost, I don't know, $175 on these. See, the most I'll bet on these things is like $250 until I see something starting to go. So, I might say here that 133 shares of PNPF is not good enough. I would like to up that stake, and I might up it in the IRA. And then the other one, see, this SAGMF is not acquired by Tourmaline Oil. This is natural gas. So, you know what I actually do? SAGMF, Monty Projects. I might actually, maybe I'll sell it to that. Sell it to the SAGMF. I have 700 shares of SAGMF. A total gain of 34%. Yeah, I don't know. That, I might, yeah. That's not what I feel like being in, but I do like a miner. Why did I go into this one? I don't know. I'm gonna have to double check that. Wait a minute. Let me look again. That's all right. I knew that. That I was like, why did I go into mining natural gas? No, this SAGMF stock here, titanium, and they were just talking about titanium. It's important. So uranium, important. Lithium, important. So 100% Sage Metals owns the mineral rights. Radar, Dubler Mine, Wine Pry. I'm going to say this. And the joint venture with Rio Tinto is very important because Rio Tinto is a very established mine. So SAGMF, that is not, Ramaco is wrong. Always double check things. Well, I'm not putting in any articles on this because for the most part I'm familiar with these things, and if I see something that looks wrong like I just did, I can go and look. So SAGMF, keeping it, and happy with that. I didn't realize I had 700 shares of it. Well, these people, these little things are gonna, can be interesting. Could take this $5,000 I put in here and make it nicer. This one's not good to me. I don't even care. I'm just gonna, what does the croc say about that one then? Oh, wait a minute. This one. I have a lot of this. 100,000 shares. I got 100,000 shares of this, okay? And it's gonna say gold, Cabo Cobalt, RE projects, mining start estimate. See, there's plenty of time. Notice a starting date of 2030 or later. That gives you, it's 7 cents now, okay? This is just like a little, this play, we don't really know, okay? But if it does do something, 30 cents. It could be fun. Isn't it fun? People play the lottery. What the fuck? We can't play mines? Commercialization timeline 2032 or beyond. Claims are in staking phase without feasibility studies. So, long way to go, people. But, what? All we have is time. What do we care, right? So then, defense. DTREF. That one's a $50 commission. The Australia. But they're going to have a very nice RE mining, following the completion, securing construction financing. Notice save this 2029, targeting RES production. So I think you could say one of the reasons they're looking higher as is that the production and the mining rights going hand in hand is just going to be excellent. That's why I'm in REMF. They're going to have the rich magnets, the 100% ownership, 2028 or later with permitting, and targeting oxide production. That I like. Updated resource estimate 2024. Focus is on high value rare earths. Demo plant operational in Q1. Delayed from 2024. Project under review by 2023 to technical report. I think REMF is another nice little player. And they're not a $50 commission, just regular $6.95. Going back to our $50 commissions, we're going to have American Rare Earths, which is so interesting because it's an Australian one. These dicks. But anyways. And then, how do they get away with it? How? The despicable. I would take a knee at the NFL because they have Australian-based company, ARNF, American Rare Earths, charging good-hearted Americans $50 a commission. So preposterous, I must say. And then they have explores and develops mineral resources in the U.S. projects aimed at securing domestic supply. It's Arizona project, significant, the company's flagship project. Larger Halleck Creek deposit in Wyoming. The Halleck Creek site is on state land, which allows for a more streamlined process. People, Arnif could do something too. Wait a minute, what was Arnif sitting at just now? Let me see here. 41 cents. I want to write this on some of these down because I want to see. Oh man, if they get something with this DTREF, get 39 cents. I would like to get more. I would. And then the SAGMF, I feel like 700 is a decent amount for me on that one. And then the PNPF, that one's really popping nicely. I think they have the potential, and they have doing stuff with Saudi Arabia at their Jabalia, whatever it is, plateau, which has a lot possible rare earth. So we know that the Sweet Brown Prince is going to want to get into all of this stuff, right? So he'll end up giving money, I would assume, investment, if PNPF is able to find something. And rumor has it, filled to the brim, bubbling over with rare earths there. So that could be PNPNF is a nice, and any of these could uplist. And then they go, if you're in something and over the counter before uplist and it starts to be a success, that's just a great joy, because that's what's happening with that idiot BTQ, which Martin's already all over X, bashing BTQ to Bolivian. So I guess we'll see how long I write that one out, but I don't care about it because I have the rare earths now, so that's what I truly, truly love. Okay, so this was the post that inspired this video today, and the REMF, the Bear Lodge. Very bullish, people, very bullish. And, okay, we have this UURAF, and that was the one I've been telling you guys about too. And then I wasn't going to go in it at the time, because this one is a $50 stupid commission. I hate it. And now look at them. They're at $596. I was looking at them when they were at $250. Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, it's not. The reason I didn't get it is because I'm just so stupid and cheap sometimes. I'm just so goddamn cheap that I just said REMF is better, because this one was sitting at the time, they were in the 250 range. God, I'm cheap. See, you don't always have to be cheap, people. You really don't. Because REMF, they're doing this, does not own the rare earth mine, but does own rare earth deposit. So I do indeed like that. And in the meantime, people, Very exciting, very exciting, very exciting. A proprietary rapid SX technology facilities, building one in Louisiana. NioCorp's business model is to process rare concentrate from global sources, but they also have the potential to get the mine, which would be very awesome. 100% in the rare earth element project in Alaska, which has the potential to be a long-term resource. NioCorp supply. Ooh, that's excellent. They have the supply agreement with Tan Breeze, and that's going to be our sweetest baby, CRML, that has just been doing miraculous. Just a miracle sent from Jesus in heaven, I swear. And then we have this one. Look at the beauty, people. Look at the beauty. And that was after the rumor that Trumperton was going to invest. And then Trumperton pulled the rumor and said, nope, never mind. We don't like Greenland. We can take it if we want it. But then, despite it all, it's still popping. So even though they said they weren't going to do it, I think people think they're still going to do it. And even if they don't do it, we have this other deal. So you could say their thing with UREF is basically that anyways. They already did, like, through this investment, we're basically invested in them, right? So potato, people. I think UREF, even at the price, is nothing. And then, I forgot what I was doing on this one for a second. Because wait a minute, I wanted to show you one. This one, wait. One of you gave this to me when it was at 6 cents. Well, no, you gave it to me the day before, and then this was Friday, because this is how much they went up in the day. They were 80% in the day, and then they were 170%. And then what did I do? Oh, Friday I put him on the bus, and then I went back to sleep like I usually do. I'm very lazy. And then by the time it was already something like this, and then I said, nah, it'll go down. But now, the thing with all these people, they're not going down. This has to go down though, but maybe. Let's see what this was. And, okay, we'll see what this Avalon is. It's an advanced materials, Canadian mineral developed, headquartered in Toronto, specialized in critical materials, lithium, rare earths, electric, all the shebang, the whole shebang, people. Cover a total 20,000 hectares. Focus lithium, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, the separations Rapid Lithium. Flagship asset, 100% owned via 19 mineral claims, 1 leasing total hectare Parson Lake. Hosts a large complex type pegmatite deposit. Also contains the RE, CCM, and tantalum. People, tantalum is very important. Very important. We want to start looking for tantalum more. People, okay, first of all, people, this is all incredibly risky. We are, like, there's a reason these are, man, oh man, exploration licenses on 4 claims. People, this could be an interesting play. I mean, really. People ask me how I find things. A lot of you give them to me. And this one was definitely given. Man, oh man. Their news about the midstream processing ambitions, reducing environmental risks, reagent costs, booster investor confidence. We shall see. That one is our AVL, people. AVL. And it would be Avalon Advanced, because I don't know what it would be and where you are investing from. My gosh, and another one. I thought that NioCorp would have this one on, but I ran into them. They follow me. I should follow them back. Okay, I'll follow them back. But they have this guy, Loxley, and they're the Mojave. That one is another one, but it could be the tricky. Ooh, antimony. NDPR, permits secured, and funding and drilling ready. People, it's just insane. I mean, like, any of these companies, and of course they have a potential to everything go under and this not work and blah, 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 but it has a potential not to do that. And, I mean, that'd be crazy. You could really, I mean, Jesus, people, what are we doing? What are we doing with our lives where we're just sitting here wondering, are we going to do it? Are we not going to do it? 600%. Do you realize if we would have had faith in this mine when it was at 5 cents, like I should have on Avalon yesterday. Well, I mean, fuck, why? Dude, come on. I don't know. I shouldn't, none of this is investment advice. Obviously, you guys see how I act. But I think, interesting, people, interesting. Another antimony play. So we could put that back into the antimony one. But also the rare earth stuffs. I mean, geez, what the hell? What the hell, people? And this one, Sec Drew, he does a lot of stuff too, rare earth stuff. That, the MPUs are, dude, all the information you guys could get at the tip of your fingertips. For real. I'm touching this with my fingertip right now. Just my fingertip. And I find out DoD contractors will be banned from using samarium, cobalt, and neobaron, boron, tungsten powders, tungsten everything. Oh my God! From China, anything supply chain. That is, of course, we'll go find ways around this. Okay, I'm sure of that. But China's going to use it to their advantage. They're going to be charging up the dickle, I bet, for crazy. Like, dude. I mean, and then he has this one on with, LKYRF. There's going to be a stupid Australian one. So annoying. So they had that dumb $50 commission. It was them and not the other one. RNF doesn't have it. Wait, no, UREF doesn't have it. RNF has it. LKYRF has it. DTREF has it. All three of them have that $50 stupid commission, people. Very annoying, but I think it doesn't matter. But I mean, you could also say cost-wise, I mean, but some of you motherfuckers have like, just say you got $50,000 of a mine I'm talking about, you dicks. And then others, you know, you have $100. So a $50 charge is when we could just do maybe the MILIF or maybe the AVL or maybe the PNNPF. I mean, there's other options here. So you don't have to feel like you have to pay the 50 for the fucking commission. And also you can get into E-Trade if you're just starting out. There's other ones that don't charge. I find it hard to believe because it's an Australian trade. That's why it's like that. But, we have not talked about Eric. Eric is the technology of the recycling. We'll talk about that one too. Then this one was the R. Smith one he had talked about on there. I'm not in this one. Craziness. I think I already said this one in the beginning of this video. What else are we looking at here? I could say I wanted to do the one more over the counter. I don't think I did. I did REEMF. REEMF. I'm very bullish on that one. I think we have I think we could have something there. That's REMFs, the mineral rights, 2029 timeline, and then that was the ARRNF. That is looking why they might have, open pit. And then that one's lock sleeve. All right, then we have, all right, now this, ABAT. Now, I don't talk a lot about lithium because I don't trust lithium because I got my ass burned by fucking lithium back in 2022 when I first started investing and I thought lithium would be the best thing ever. And it wasn't, crashed terribly, but this guy, this is the American battery technology, and oh my God, I really, really wish that I just recognized this when I looked back at it, and I was like, dude, I think this little battery guy could be good, but instead of doing that, I bought calls. But see, I could still, exercise my calls there, because I have the two for February, except they're $5 strikes. So I think that's why that one's the December one with the $5 strike. And then the $2 ones. I probably will end up exercising these. And I bought these ones for $87 each. I don't know why I didn't buy more. I need to start, when I see something that I like and I think it's going to do something, I really need to go more. If I would have went, oh my God, the ONS things, when I was doing those ONS calls, fucking shit. And then, I pussy on these calls too much, but ABAT I'm going to hold and probably exercise. So, but what's 200 shares? I'll average it down. But anyways, what was I saying here? ABAT's primary mining arm is the Tonopah Flats Lithium Big in Smoky Valley, Nevada clay deposit with an estimated 21 million tons of lithium. Dude, if you're thinking about which battery company to get into, right? And you have Cooler, EOS, well, EOS said there, but you have AMPX that does stuff with Cooler, so that's like, and then SES you guys asked me about, and then ENVP, one of those, I don't know, but none of them have lithium ion. I think that is, and the processing dude, which sheds batteries into black mass and extracts cathode precursors. Dude, what? Throughput surged 225% in January, dude, with the second DOE funded facility. That is something I really think ABAT is interesting. And then you also have another one that's just come into their plays. We have this Westwater WWR, another one that was given to me by you guys, somebody. And that is just always very thankful when you guys give me stuff that is nice. Unless I go to your page and you turn out to be some kind of weird racist. A lot of you guys, I don't think people should be racist. But I don't know. That's just me. I don't see the reason for it. Everyone can make money together, people. That's what we're here to do. And then you have Westwater. Look at them. That's when you had given it to me. The person who gave me this one wasn't racist, I don't think. I didn't look. But you have, I don't have enough of this one. I'll show you what I ended up doing. A little tiddlywink play in here, and I wish I had more than just tiddlywinks. 300 shares. People, I almost want to say, I mean, I should have got 1,000. Why didn't I do it? Because I don't always trust things. Because I assume things will go down. But this timeline, people, is just acting so crazy. We're not talking crypto here, people. We're talking national world security. All of this stuff depends on these plays, on these companies. But, so WWR, Colorado, a battery-grade natural graphite developer aiming to onshore U.S. supply for EV anodes. It addresses, dude, people, the 100% Chinese dominance in global graphite. So, their upstream asset. Oh, this one. They have 100% rights to the deposit in Alabama, the Coosa Graphite Deposit. The flagship Kellyton Graphite Processing Plant, currently under construction, 245 Phase 1 CAPEX, is pivotal for U.S. anode independence. People, these guys could also be quite interesting. I mean, it'll be a little while, but I think the graphite dominance, the tariffs on natural graphite rose 45%. We could have something interesting with that one. And then, so that one's going to be the WWR. Well, financial delays, trade wars make WWR indispensable. People, I don't even know. I think more WWR is definitely in the future. I would like them to obviously go down, and I would have originally liked to get more when I first was spoken. What did I say? What did I get into them at? Not even a good one. 86 cents. God damn it. We'll see how these guys do. All right. I think they're going to do well. And then going on to the Eric one. Now, Eric was one that somebody had given me down there at $1.20, and they had told me that exiting at $2.30 would have been wise, but does not seem like that was the case, because they are in a lot of debt. But like we said before, this is a new timeline, people, and they are mining is a byproduct focused. Extracting RE is a critical waste. No large-scale primary mines, but invest in upstream assets. Okay, Core via Rhea Element uses a patented chromatology for ultra-high purity separation and battery metals and diverse feedstocks, recycled magnets, coal waste, or see, they're basically very healthy, very environmentally friendly. Recycling, people, recycling. And then we have high purity RE, oxide concentrate, all these, targets defense. I think Eric could be another interesting little player, people. And the other one explicitly positions its processing infrastructure for the leasing. I think that is going to be nice, because they have, under shared agreements with RE, Eric can lease the assets to external operators in exchange for royalties, while RE handles offtake for refined concentrates. That could be another. Leasing could yield 10 to 20 million annually in royalties by 2027. So these guys definitely, they have partnerships, that one, ReElement, for joint refining magnet production. That's big. It strengthens U.S.-Korea supply with the POSCO one. USA Rare Earth Takeoff Agreement ongoing. Sells ultra-pure RE, produced via its infrastructure. Consortium for rare earth. Membership. All sorts of stuff Eric has going on. Oh wait, and then I came across Mrs. Lawfi. Right is one that I have been given as well. And then we had Right and EULI. Let's look. This, people, I've seen this play before. Mineral Right, headquartered in Dallas, developing stage mining, minerals company incorporated in 1986. All right, they definitely have a backstory there. They have speculative over-the-counter pink slip. It says, no large-scale, fully owned active mining claims, but has acquired interest in 4 mineral assets via subsidiaries, emphasizing precious gold, silver, and industrial minerals with remediation potential. So this is very up in the air here. Primary asset, an expired lease traded for millions in Right common stock. Focus on gold and base metals with historical tailings waste stock All right, that one. 3 additional undeveloped locations undisclosed. That, acquired alongside Skull Valley, included exploration stage properties with historic mineral reserves. Publicly disclosed historical reports suggest additional reserves, but no modern resource estimates. So this, people, this right is certainly a risk. Certainly. Because we don't know anything about the properties. I mean, no foreign rights, U.S. focus for domestic supply alignment, future expansion via joint venture. And, okay, if I'm going to do a 2-cent mine there, I mean, Jesus. So this guy, James Berger, announced a new member, James Farm, the guy James has experience with the Bureau of Land Management. I don't know. Involved permitting, regulating compliance, environmental compliance. They also have a geologist with decades of experience. Todd Gibson, Alberta Consulting. I don't know. This, right, could be... That is really... What are they up? You can't even tell. I mean, 95, they went from 1 cent to 2. This, people... That's certainly a risk. What do we say? What do we say, people? Scared me doesn't make it. And this, I think that could be certainly something interesting. And then you had the EL, her other one on there was, if right isn't, and right is, I've been hearing that one around. So I think we can make a time. Oh, that one's a high one. We're only in for these. Well, let's see. Wait, then this one would be on regular. Well, that one probably out of my range here. I'd go to 2 cents. But certainly less of a risk, I might say. So anyways, that would be all the mines. I don't think I missed any, but I'm sure that I probably did.